Hello and welcome once again everyone. The 0.8.0 update has hit the live servers with the CV rework, including some other changes, and of course the World of Warships Rank Season 11 is now up and running. There are no carriers at Tier 9, meaning that there are no CVs in ranked battles, and being a DD main, some might say, and pardon the pun, a blessing in disguise. As promised with my previous Jutland video, I said I would look at an alternate build for the Jutland to provide you with some more flexibility for what I consider to be one of the most powerful destroyers in the current ranked season. Enemy Yugumo has come in and started shelling me there and caught me by surprise. So I just smoke up. I'm intent on finishing off this enemy Kronstadt. I have just torpedoed him and got him on fire, and I know his repairs on cooldowns. Okay, so now he's gone down. Now it's time to focus on this enemy Yugumo. I chose this clip because I'm using the build without RPF, so you have to use every extra bit of info. I can see where his torps have come from. He's entered my hydro range. Time to quickly put an end to this guy with very powerful AP from the Jutland. He's torped again. Just gonna slow down, finish him off. And the enemy Yugumo goes down. He manages to set me on fire. I'm just gonna kite away from this battleship. Evade the shells. Just going to drop detection and start torpedoing this guy. I chose this clip because it really highlights how easily you can be caught off guard when using a full damage build and not using RPF build. Suddenly I'm detected again. There. I initially struggled to find out where this Fletcher is. I drop speed and I turn in. Fire, and this poor guy, he sails straight into one of the torpedoes from the enemy Yugumo, and he explodes. And not being one to usually laugh at someone else's misfortune, this is ranked battles and a game after all. This was quite funny, and I couldn't resist having a good chuckle here, as others did in the chat. So let's take a look at an alternate build on how to set up the Jutland for ranked battles. Here we have got the Dragon port in the background, which Wargaming has updated with a new look and fireworks to commemorate the Lunar New Year. Firstly, signal flags. I would strongly advise using a full set of combat flags to give you every possible edge during each battle, to max out every chance of setting fires, causing flooding, to reduce any chance of detonation, to increase speed and consumable reload times. In conjunction with the CV rework, it is now possible until the 8th of February to reset and experiment with different builds at no cost of doubloons or elite XP. So here you can see on screen, this is my current build, including IFHE. I included a link in the top right where it goes into more an in-depth explanation why IFHE is needed. But let's go ahead to setting up this build. Firstly, preventive maintenance, last stand. Next on the list is survivability expert. And now 3 level 4 skills: concealment expert, radiolocation, and IFHE again. And the one remaining point goes to priority target. The net result of this build is the early warning offered by radiolocation, allowing for easier preemptive positioning, balanced out by a reduced main armament reload speed from 2.8 to 3.1 seconds. I'm uploading World of Warships content regularly now to YouTube, so if you want to keep in touch, just follow the on-screen instructions. Season 11 of Ranked Battles features for the first time the new game mode called Arms Race in a 6v6 format, the only limitation being Tier 9 ships only. For those of you unfamiliar with Arms Race, let me quickly explain. Special white circles will spawn on the map, indicating the places for cargo drops, displaying a timer showing how much time is left until the cargo is dropped. In a style slightly reminiscent to those familiar to PUBG, a cargo plane will fly in and drop the loot crate. Once the cargo has been dropped into the water, that area's colour changes and becomes green. A ship only has to enter or already be in the green area, and through doing so activate it in order to receive the buff. If several ships happen to be within that area at the moment of its activation, the team with the most ships within it gets the buff. In case the ship numbers are equal, the area will not be activated until the numeric balance has shifted in someone's favour. All allied ships will receive one level of the buff applied, while the player who activates the area will get 2 levels. There are 5 types of buffs or bonuses, consisting of 6 levels, which will stack and continue to last until the end of a battle. So what exactly are the buffs and what do these symbols represent? The exclamation mark represents the reduction in detectability to your ship. The cross will continuously restore part of your ship's HP. The shell with a rotating clockwise arrow will accelerate reload for both main battery and torpedo tubes, and the ship's wheel will improve your ship's acceleration time and also reduce your rudder shift time. The stopwatch will accelerate the reload speed of all your consumables. In my opinion, the most important detail of this new arms race mode is the fact that 8 minutes after the battle starts, a key area appears in the center of the map with a capture time of 150 seconds. This area grants 10 points per second for holding it, and by capturing it, you can quickly get a point advantage and win if the remaining opponents don't act quickly enough. This alone will guide my strategy for playing this season, to contest and attempt to hold the center from the beginning. Sure, getting some buffs are nice and will help your ship's stats, but don't take your eye off the objective. It's not about getting krakens or amassing massive damage. Ranked battles is all about winning. I've run into an enemy Z46. He's got his hydro up and he's smoked up, so I'm just going to fall back. Okay, I've just lost detection. Time to heal that fire. He still managed to get some blind shots on me. Okay, he's still firing away in the smoke. I'm just going to rotate around and reposition. You're going to come up against a lot of ships with sonar and radar, like the Black and the Z46. So it's important you have a strategy to deal with them. My friendly Alsace has sailed around to the side of the map and put himself in a position where he can't even fire at the enemy at the moment. So I'm basically on my own here. That being said, I'm not willing to cede ground here. The Z46 is still shooting from the smoke. I know his smoke screen will last just over a minute, so I want to be in a position to ambush him as his smoke runs out. I'm just slowing my speed. He's still firing from his smoke screen. Can't detect it. There he is. I'm in prime position to punish him with some armor piercing. He's fired. Time to smoke up quickly so I don't take too much damage. I get some good hits on him. I had expected to have vision on him because my Alsace had come around the corner, but I've done over 15,000 damage to him. Quickly switch to the Musashi. I lose vision of him as well. Knock on hydro to spot these incoming torps. Let's put a spread down on the Musashi and keep my second set until I get vision on him. Use the single option here to put some on his bow as he's angled in, and he doesn't seem to be maneuvering. Just going to rotate around here. Z-46 has gone into that island network, and I fully expect our Alsace to get torpedoed and die here. I'm actually quite pleasantly surprised. Our Alsace, who has been utterly useless so far, has actually managed to finish off the Z-46. I get a torp hit on a Musashi and a flood. Second set seemed to be on target. Another torp hit, another flood. Musashi has repaired that flood, so I'll quickly attempt to try and get some additional fires on him while his damage control is on cooldown. He has got his guns on me. Just going to try and force out his shot and avoid them, and now smoke up while his guns have the bloom penalty. Resume fire on him. I'm not having much luck with RNG trying to get fire started on him at the moment.
Smoke screen set.
And I lose vision on him now as well. My Alsace is still stuck in that island circle. Musashi appears again. Put some more torpedoes on him. Once again I lose vision on him. Just gonna have to leave my smoke quickly. Seems to be reversing. Once again I can use this great flexible option of single torps to get a very accurate spread on him down there. He's reversing away. Just gonna remain calm here. Try and pick up this buff. We have in the meantime lost our friendly Kronstadt, who got, it seemed, one-shotted by the enemy Musashi on the far side. Under 30 seconds to get this buff. These torps seem to be on target. Well, quickly putting a mouse over on your ship, you can get a list of active buffs already on your ship. Looks like we're going to get 2 torps here. Just another couple of seconds until I get a double reload buff, and here comes the enemy St. Louis. I'm going to smoke up and make the most of this buff and put some AP on as he's fully broadside. He has angled in slightly, but he is showing a lot of broadside. I can get quite good damage hits on him here. Keep moving in the smoke to avoid this blind fire. He is on fire, but I'm going to keep and persist with armor piercing as I'm whittling him down very quickly. He has to remain angled to our friendly Alsace, allow me to profit from the situation. He's blind fired me again. He has managed to knock out my torpedo tubes, but he is going down quite quickly. He's got a damage buff now himself, and I take him out just as my smoke runs out. Enemy Missouri has joined the middle now as well. Just going to rotate away here. Hopefully drop detection and get outside his radar range. Although he hasn't activated yet, so I assume it's on cooldown. I'm hoping it's on cooldown. Does seem to be rushing straight at our Alsace, so I'm just going to put a spread preemptively down in front of him that will force him to turn away, hopefully, or kill him if he keeps on that same course. Enemy Kitakaze is on the far side. Enemy team now is rapidly pushing into the middle. Enemy Missouri is showing quite a lot of broadside here, so I'm just going to quickly smoke up and start putting some AP pressure on him while he's full broadside here. We get the high caliber award.
Screen set.
I'm just gonna keep pressure on this guy. He is getting quite low. I'm gonna switch to high explosive here as he's angling in. He is turning to avoid those torps. RNG has not really been with me in this game regarding my ability to start fires, but he is quite low here. One fire should be enough to finish him off, maybe. Finally we get a fire. Smoke's about to run out. Can rotate around here. Enemy Kitakaze's undetected. Both enemy Musashis now are in the center circle. Yugumo is being quite passive. I'm going to push down and attempt to torpedo this enemy Musashi from closer range. This guy has been literally bow-in the full game. Enemy Kitakaze spotted in between the islands. Just going to use this single fire option again. Put two complete spreads down there on his bow. This is why I consider holding a strong position in the center of the map so strong in ranked battles, especially in a DD. Being able to restrict the enemy's movements and to focus fire on the enemy team as they come in one by one can give your team a massive advantage. Taking advantage of my final smoke screen now to put some HE fire on this enemy Musashi. As with before, it seems almost impossible to set a fire on this guy. I do manage to land 1, 2, 3, 4 torps on this guy. He has repaired the flooding. Desperate now trying to set a fire. But RNG is definitely against me. Friendly Yugumo has another 2 spreads down on top of this. Musashi does get a strike there. He is flooding now, so he will go down. Second Musashi is coming in. And the enemy Kitakaze appears. Now without smoke screen, so I'm going to have to kite away. Let's quickly let off some. He's kiting away, he's quite clever. He is going to torpedo our Musashi in his stern. I'm just going to drop detection. Evade these torps. This enemy Musashi seems to be reversing in behind the islands. Getting my team to focus fire this guy. Kitakaze's gone behind the island outside of the cap zone, so he's no longer a threat right at the moment. And quickly focus fire on this Musashi. We managed to get a fire on him. Doesn't seem to be repairing. I am taking fire from that enemy Kitakaze who's trying to spam shells over the island. Just going to continue to focus fire on this enemy Musashi. Just double checking the position of that Kitakaze. He is indeed behind that island. We can just continue to focus fire on this Musashi till he goes down. He's very low now. And there he goes. We're in a pretty strong position now. We have our 4 ships in the center of the map. Quick look at the active buffs on our ship. And this is primarily a result of holding a strong position from the start of the game, not allowing the enemy to get a foothold and get a strong force in to dominate position in the center of the map. I really enjoy playing the Jutland in this defensive scout role. Played well, it has this great ability to hold down an area, making it extremely difficult for the enemy team to advance without taking heavy losses. This was my very first game of the rank season, and I made a conscious decision from the get-go to put myself on the front line and defend and hold the central area unless faced with overwhelming odds. Not only do quite a number of the buffs spawn centrally, allowing one to always be close and to contest them, but crucially the final objective will always spawn in the middle, making any final confrontation much easier when already holding that ground. The enemy Kitakazi has come in now and blocked the cap, and I've been trying to urge my friendly Yugamo, who has a far superior detectability range, to push up and spot this enemy Kitakazi. We're at a stage now where we have the points lead, we have a ship lead. There's no point in taking any crazy risks. I had noticed this Kitakazi is quite a good player, so it's up to him to make the move. I'm without a smoke screen, so I'm kind of cautious about engaging him in a full close contact confrontation where he still has full health. Oh, and this Yugamo that I've been urging to push up and spot has just been sailing broadside and eaten a torp from the Kitakazi and almost died. I'm just going to push up myself here. I'm no longer located, which would suggest he is on the right side of the cap zone, possibly very close to where my friendly Alsace is coming out between the islands. He's still not spotted, and suddenly he pops up. There he is. Just going to quickly change to high explosive as he's angled away. He's already under fire. He takes a big hit there, and I instantly get a fire, and he quickly melts under the combined firepower of our fleet, and he goes down. So I'm quite happy how this first battle of the new arms race ranked battle season has finished. I finished the previous season at rank 10, so I started at rank 12 this season. So we got 187,000 damage, high caliber. You can see I currently have no rank, but I have rank 11 now, 1 star. Over 110,000 damage to that Musashi. There are a couple of things I'd like to point out here. Some of the rewards. There are 3 flags, the first of which being a 5% reduction to your post-battle costs. I strongly urge you to mount these flags, as they will save you quite a bit of credits in the long run. The other flags in the series will reduce post-battle costs by 10%, and then the final flag by 20%, I believe. Quickly go back to the rewards. You got the combined rewards for getting to rank 11. It's the first game, so I get a whole bucket load of flags and camos. I'd like to thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. See you the next time. If you'd like to keep in touch and get notifications of all future videos, just follow the on-screen instructions.